Hello, good morning and welcome back to my channel. My name's Natalie and this is Sew Stitch Sew Nat. You can find me on Instagram as Sew Stitch Sew. Pop it up here. How you doing? It's been 3 weeks since my last video. It's now Friday the 27th of September 2024 in case you're going back in time. I do like watching some of the old ones but you kind of lose track as to what the year is. Yeah, so it's been 3 weeks. Didn't record last week because I wasn't feeling very well. Feeling better now. So yeah, let's just crack on with it. I've got, so this channel is predominantly about cross stitch. I know I don't normally say that, with the odd bit of sewing, but normally sort of finishing. Although my dream scenario would be to make some clothes, but I don't think my skill levels are quite there yet. Yeah, especially when you look at like the binding on the project bags, but they're for me, so they're fine. I've got notes to the side if I keep looking down, and yeah, so 2 finishes, 4 new starts. Yeah, that whip pile's getting high. I think when I last looked it was 48. And I think I've started another thing since then. I'd like to try and keep it below 50 before the end of the year. We'll see. There are some Christmas gifts in there, so the number should come down. But yeah, I've started the year with 24. So I've more than doubled that in terms of whip count, and I have finished things throughout the year as well. So my first finish, and this was a stitch along with Sally and Sarah for Fun for 50 sale. This is Light by Barabra Ana. It's a sorry, it's a freebie on her Instagram page. If you click on that and then follow the link tree, it's on there. I've done mine on dirty 32 count linen, which I think is the call for. I want to say with all the call for DMC, but not. So you can see it more in this light. That's what the berries are meant to look like. But in the evening light, the 2 orangey colours looked identical. So I swapped mine out for another colour. We're also using the chart. I will say, if you're planning on stitching this, whatever you stitch the dress in, you'll probably need 2 skeins, because I was like right on the edge with mine. I don't want to say I'm a stingy stitcher, but I probably could have done a bit more, especially if I'd had any mistakes and needed to frog. Yeah, I think I'm 1 stitch out down here. You can't tell. I'm not sure what I'm going to turn this into yet. I'm thinking about turning some more of my finished cross stitch pieces into project bags, because it's much easier to find a project when it's got a project bag than the Amazon bags. Although I roughly know, but I haven't got the tags on them either, so yeah, we shall see. Next is, so I finished the letter T on the sampler book, which was 10th stitch, and this is on 32 count summer khaki with my own DMC conversion. Sorry, a little bit further away than normal. So yeah, tiny 1/1 10th stitch to create the flower pot and the tulip. What's this tulip? So that's that one. I have started T. You will see that in the whips, but it's not quite finished yet because I need to finish the 1/1 lettering. And for one reason or another I haven't done that yet. Let's move on to whips. claim that project back as well. So I've been doing Pokemon Mondays. I'm not sure where Georgie's up to, but it was her brainchild of Crafty Road Gamer. So I set myself a monthly goal on this to get 443 stitches per month. So I'm now caught up to the end of September, which just leaves me October and November, and then this will be done. I've already got the frame for it, and this is Embroidery for Kids Art, and it's a Pokemon song. It's no longer available, but yeah, kind of getting used to stitching on black. This is, I think this is 18 count, either 18 count or 16 count. 2 over 2 full cross, and literally 3 called for DMC. You will need multiple skeins of the orange though. Don't know if they said, yeah, they've said just 2 skeins of the orange. So we're starting that bag as well. I'll put that over there. Now ideally I would have liked to have got this done, but it hasn't happened yet. Partially because I'm not procrastinating, but because I'm doing a colour change, I'm second guessing myself a little bit. And this is Crystal. Where have I just got this one? By Nye Cross Stitch. There's a cover photo. So that's what it should look like. And this is what mine currently looks like. Sorry about the creases. I'll iron until it's done. I've actually remembered my board today as well. So that's what mine looks like. So I've got the big cake to go, and the wording and the back stitch, which is some of it's in metallic thread. Oh, and the balloon as well. So, and this is on a 32 count ivory Murano by Swigart, stitched for in all DMC at the minute. Like I say, there's a Diamante to go in, which this is my own colour conversion to try and patch in the colours that we had at our wedding, so hence changing the flowers to like a light purple and a darker purple. We had, so the bridesmaids had like a dark purple dress, and we had irises on the table. That's where that comes from. And then instead of doing a big white cake, I'm going to do the big chocolate cake that we had for our wedding at the end. Which I think that's what's making me nervous, is putting the chocolate cake on. It's such a lovely cake as well, and the shop isn't going anymore, unfortunately. They used to do some really nice brownies. Next is for my Stitch for Pride piece, and I'm stitching this all in Cottage Garden thread. This is on a 32 count white Murano. And that, so, ooh, don't break the board. So that's September, and that was August. So yep, so in terms of what I used this time, what did I use this time? Nope. Oh dear. I thought I was organised, but obviously not. No. Obviously put it in the bag. So August was Fleur de Lis, which is that one. And then September was Prue. Now Dee has said that October's going to be a big one, so we'll see what October brings. But I'm up to date with that. I need to do my homework as well, so I'm delinquent on that. Yeah, I've got 3 months to catch up on in terms of homework. Because sometimes when I'm stitching, it's not the right environment to be watching it videos at the same time. But it's a nice piece just to take, because I just print out the section that I need and then mark off on the overall sampler where I need to start. I don't always have like my iPad with me to watch. So yeah, I need to catch up on that. And that's no longer available at the minute. If you're interested in that stitch along, follow Dee at Dee's 20 Stitches on Instagram and Flosstube. Let's do one that's in the naughty corner, and I must frog it before, you know, it's one of those, it needs frogging, but I don't want to do it at the minute. I was stitching on this last Friday while we were watching a film, and yeah, realised I'd messed up, and this is what it should look like. So I nearly finished my second piece of popcorn, nearly finished the A, and then realised that the A needs another column in, so the popcorn needs to move over one, all that needs to come out, and because it's stitched with weeks, it's 1/1 stitches, so yeah, it's got to come out unfortunately. So yeah, I have a lot of frogging to do, not a lot to say. And that's Silver Creek Samplers, Butter Believe It, and that's stitched on a 32 count Belfast Snow by Swag Art. I say most of my fabrics are Swag Art predominantly. There's the odd perming or the odd fabric flare. I have got some hand dyed, which I need to start using. Next I did some more on my North America stitch along, Caterpillar cross stitch. I'm nearly completed part 2. Yeah, I think I've literally just got the clapper and the guitar and chili to finish, and then I'm on to part 3. This is what it'll look like. All parts have been released now. Sarah on Sew Me Sarah's finished hers, who wants to go and have a look. And this is what mine's looking like. I didn't place it centrally on the fabric. I'm about 2 clapper boards off that way, so I'm going to be tight on this side. And then plenty on that side. But it should still fit, so I've carried on. I've stitched, deliberately made my way up to here to see how much of a gap there was there, and it should be fine. So yeah, then part 3 and then part 4 up there. This is on a 32 count light blue Murano by Swag Art. I kitted it up myself with the Call for DMCs, but chose not to pick the fabric because I've got the British Isles stitched along and Adventure Awaits. So I've got them all on the same fabric, so they're all kitted up. Don't lose the light. I've got 2 of those. I can only find one at the minute. It'll be in a project bag somewhere. Next, so Whip Go called sampler book cover. Some random thread there. And that's what it'll look like. So it's the cover to go with everything. And I'll show you in a minute. So this is what the cover looks like. So I'm just doing page 1 at the minute. This is on a 32 count black Belfast linen, again by Zweigart. My own DMC conversion. So there's only 3 colours in this, and the frog came to visit. I've sorted that out. That's what that's up to. And then the letter U. Not sure how well the contrast is going to show up on this. This is on a pearl grey 32 count. Yeah, I think you're getting a little bit. There's 2 different reds in the umbrella. So yeah, I just need to put upright stitch, I think it is, along the bottom. And basically, instead of making a cross, a diagonal cross, you're making a straight cross with a single strand. I think you see in that corner there. And then V need to start next month. That's ready to go. Should leave this out and get it done. I've still got the cover to do, haven't I, as well? Right. Then we are on. No, I've got one more whip. And then the rest of new starts. I haven't got one of the whips with me, but I need to frog out everything I put in it anyway, so yeah. It's 1/125 count. Right, so that's the new one. This is With Thy Hands by Teresa Kogut. My first Teresa Kogut pattern. Ugh. Oh no. This is why I shouldn't need threads hanging. I'll sort that out later. So I've started to put the next animal in. What is the next animal? And I frogged the goat. I'll put the frog goat back in. That's what it should look like. I'm stitching this with Sally Flossy Stows and Crows. Happy birthday, Sally. That's for yesterday, so you'll see the next project in a second. Yes, that's what it should look like. That's an inside picture. The book's actually over there. And this is where I'm up to. I'd say it's a stag that I've started stitching actually. So the goat was over here with his nose touching the house, so I've pulled him out. Dog's fine, stag's going here, and then we've got a tree. Maybe a cardinal, and then we're onto the border on that side. So I'm just trying to go out across the middle at the minute, and then I'll start going up and down. But this is 1/1, called for DMC on a 40 count country vintage mucker, the right way around, so the muckling's on the front. As you can see, I've been using Georgie with that. although I've got to start taking them off, I think, because they're getting some good creases. And then last night for Sally's birthday we started on, let's see, Americana blue by October Fibre Arts. And this is my first October house. I didn't realise quite how big this was. So it's 247 by 246. And I'm doing mine on 32 count 1/2. On a, did I say 36 count? And I haven't cut the fabric. I think width wise I need the width, but length I don't. So that's where I'm up to. And I'm stitching that with Baldani Primitive Blue. I have just ordered some more of it just in case I need it. So that's coming from Poppy Patch here in the UK. Details down below. I don't know if they've got that in the full Vidani set. But they've got like, they do embroidery stuff and they've got sets for that. And then they've got advent calendar. But be warned, it is a bit more, it's more expensive than DMC, but it's got a lovely variegation to it. I mean, stitch is fine. I would say it's slightly less smoother. But yeah, I've not really noticed any real difference. It's definitely not like stitching with silk, but then nothing is it just flies through. It could be the counter fabric as well. So I finally took the plunge and went, yes, I really do want to stitch Holly Jolly Kitchen, because I like to bake and I like Christmas, even though I've got a gingerbread house on the go already. So it's a mystery stitch along with caterpillar cross stitch, so you just get like a blurred out image. And you always start in the middle with their stitch alongs. We know there's Christmas pudding coming at some point. So I chose a kit for this one, and I went with, so that's all the DMC, and I went with a 28 count linen, which I blanket stitched the edge. The frog has also come to visit on this, but it's fixed now. So yeah, I would say maybe a third of the way through the gingerbread house. And because I've been watching Make Off, I'm now craving a Battenberg. Although I've never seen buttercream in Battenberg, it's always been jam in the middle. Let me know. I love Battenberg. I also like a Bakewell as well. Right. I think I've only made my own marzipan once. Yeah. Right, see, much easier for shop bought. Right. So that was a start on Tuesday when it arrived, because I suddenly realised that it was out and the first part was there. I was like, yep, I'm sold, done. Next is a piece from my dad. And we got the wall cover. Yeah. So this is the cover image. It's by Pattern Studio on Etsy. That's what it'll look like. These are all the threads, so 92 threads, and I was missing a couple, although in my haul I do not have these threads because I think the threads were something else. So I'm just marking off when I finish the colour. So I'm counting the stitches as I go along. And I started in the middle and worked my way up. I'm stitching this on a 32 count Cloudy Sky by Fabric Flare. I love the fabric. And that's where I'm up to. So yeah, I like the effect it's giving, but it is a lot of colour changes. And I'm marking this off. So I managed to get it into good notes and I'm marking it off in there. And they do, so you get a tablet version and then you get like lots of sheets. So I could have taken them together. But it's quite big squares, so I've decided to do it on my iPad and do it that way. And that is for my dad for Christmas, so yes, I really do need to get a wriggle on. There are 5,000 stitches for 92 threads. I think the lowest amount of stitches for one colour is 23. And then you get, there's about 4 or 5 that have got like 200-300. So, yeah, hey ho. I'm looking forward to when it's finished and it will look amazing. I started stitching, because I've been really delinquent with the Darth Vader. I said to my son, "Oh, stitch you something in the meantime." Even though any time there's like an animal pattern or a crystal pattern, he's like, "Oh, I have that for my room, Mum." Which reminds me, I haven't framed the crystal one yet. He got my No Planet B hanging up in his room there. So that's what that'll look like. And this was from Etsy, Summertime Stitching. And I'm doing it on a 16 count Ada. Yeah, Pokemon's different on 18. So that's what that looks like. Stitch it with the colourful colours. Yeah. I won't quite say it's mindless, but I think once I've got the words in, the handles kind of alternate, and then you just got the lightsabers themselves. The bit I'm not looking forward to is all those white stars. Hey ho. It is what it is. Oh, yeah. If you listen to 5 Live Radio this morning, I definitely say that. Oh, I've got one big whip. Which, how could I miss it? And that is Dressmaker's Daughter by Memorabilia. And I didn't bring the chart over here, so I'll have to put a picture of what it looks like. I've done some more on summer and I've started autumn. And that's what that looks like. So we've got spring, summer, no, winter, spring, summer, autumn. So yeah, I started that last Sunday. Lots watching Teresa and her live. Although most of the live I was ironing, so I didn't really get that much stitching in on that. That's where we're up to. This is on the call for 32 count chocolate permin. And so far all called for DMC. I think I'm using everything called for on that. And this is the biggest frame you can get with the stitch on tape from LB's. And the cover was made by me and it needs a little bit of finessing because it was too loose. And these are all the DMCs for that. We can I haven't put any Karen Waterloos in yet. it literally is just the first like black round block colour that I've put on all of them. So yeah. Next I've got some haul. So if you don't want to stick around for that, that's fine. I'm hoping I'll get this edited today. And hear my husband making racket in the kitchen. I hope I'll get this edited today and up so that you're not waiting too long. And then not sure when my next one will be. Possibly 2 weeks, possibly 3 weeks, depending on what I'm doing. Wedding anniversary coming up. And a camp. Although camping in this weather, it's done nothing but rain, so I'm not particularly looking forward to it. I seem to remember one very wet March when they went to camp, and that wasn't great fun, and I didn't go on that one. So yeah, hoping the weather gets drier, especially for those that are in flood risk areas as well, because there's been so much rain. Right, haul. So, technically Holly Jolly Kitchen was haul. The fabric for Americana Blue was haul. When I bought Holly Jolly Kitchen, I also bought project bag. Only comes with the it comes with the PDF with the Writing Craftaholic to go on there. Don't know if I'm going to do Craftaholic or find another alphabet and put my name. I don't know. We shall see on that. I think it's 14 count that goes through the middle. Yeah, 14 count. So I did pick another alphabet. I need to be careful not to go too big. Right, I got very enabled a couple of months back by Liz Matthews when she showed her Christmas tree skirt. I was like, oh, I really like that. I really, really like that. And had an eBay saved search. Well, one came up, didn't it? And I went and I got it. So this is out of print. And it's Santa's Wildlife Tree skirt. It's full kit. Yeah, and it's not got the bobbin card, so we need to separate it all out. You can get, there's a matching stocking, but I've already got a stocking, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, a massive piece of, I think it's 14 count. No, 11 count. Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to start that, but I absolutely love that. My kids definitely aren't into Christmas as much as they were, but I really like Christmas, so it's for me. Yeah. And that came from America. It's actually really quite quick shipping as well. I did have a look at the other stuff they had. So obviously they had other cross stitching pieces on there, but nothing that appealed to me. I think I followed them on eBay just in case anything pops up that I really like. So along with the 32 count country vintage mocha, which I've got to say I'm stitching on the reverse of for Americana Blue, I got some Floor Shell 16 count Easy Grid Ada. Easy count? Easy count. So this is for the Lord Bibidum Pokemon Gen 1. I've just got to get up the nerve to start it now, because I think I've completely abandoned the other one. So I've got the chart into Pattern Keeper. I just need to sort the threads out. But yeah, for that when I eventually start it. Restart it, should I say. Well, not restart it, because anyway, it's a giant Pokemon. Last time I've got to show these, which is Lola Crow. So I got Reef Buddies. Carnivorous Terranium. And you guessed it, I got the Debbie Aquarium cell just before it finished. So this is the finished one. This is what it looked like. So it's flopping around. I think I've got a Coffee Crafts fabric for that. So I just need to get it out. And then that's the Bird of Paradise one. I pre-ordered this months ago and it's now here, and I've seen lots of flip throughs, which is a Max Pigeon Coop Designs book. There are quite a few things I would like to stitch in there. I'm not going to do a flip through because there are so many flip throughs available. And then I needed some fabric so I want to do the Fabulous House, well, I say it's stitch long, but I'm going to be starting it in next year. My plan is to do it over 2 years, because I know there's quite a lot of stitching in them, but I want a big piece of fabric for that, and I'll show you that. Sorry, Twinkle Twinkle. So I ordered from Willow Fabrics, which I used to order from years ago when I was stitching quite a bit, and had started to sort of like get my own anchor, not so much DMC, although I've kind of gone all the way over to the side now. I think anchor is slightly more sort of traditional colours, and DMC there's quite a lot more vibrant colours in their range. But DMC is so much more freely available these days that a lot of designers use that instead. So yeah, I bought some threads. So that was to top up from Light by Barabra Ana. That was because I thought I didn't have any, and then found about 10 skeins of the thing, which is £38.65. And then 2 more, which aren't for the Bird of Paradise, but I can't remember what they're for. So always make a note of what you're buying. Anyway, so they've got a lot of range on their website. I bought a 70 by 50 piece of Star Sapphire by Permin. Yes, I know Permin, crinkly, hard, but I love the colour. So I bought a piece of that. This is discontinued, but I thought, oh, I'd like some pink in my range. And this is a Zweigart 32 count Belfast, and I can't remember what the name was. I say it's discontinued, I think. It just says pink. Oh, a 35 count Edinburgh pink. That's that one. I think I'd like to do some more on 36 count, because I'm struggling a little bit with the 40 count. So I think if I spend a bit more time with 36, hopefully that'll make the 40 count a bit easier. I also got, this is quite slubby. It's the first time I've had these out. Oh, this is a 40 count. This is pearl grey, although it's looking quite white to me in my light. This is like an off-white. Don't know how well that's showing. Definitely looking a little bit greyer in the camera. And then the one that I actually went on there for was 40 count, and this is pearl grey, and this is for the Fabulous Houses. Look at that. It's a bed sheet. And this is a ½ metre, so it's 700 by 70, so twice the size of the other ones. And that is what I'm going to stitch my Fabulous Houses on. I've not got the latest one, but these are the ones I've got so far. So Santa's house, castle, so that white should show up against the pearl grey, and then greenhouse, cottage, hobbit house, and I have a Lord of the Rings fan, so that goes down well. Tree house, barn house, lighthouse, which are my favourites. They're mainly in DMC, but they've got at least one or two overdyed, that's the word I'm looking for, overdyed threads in them. And like I say, I think I want to start that as my New Year New Start project for next year. And like I say, I want to do one, I've got the goal of getting one done every 2 months. Decided not to participate in Whip Go for next year. So this is my 3rd attempt at Whip Go. It's just not working for me. I am picking everything up mainly, but yeah, I don't know whether I was too ambitious or I'm just getting sidetracked, but it just isn't happening. So that has been abandoned for this year, and like I said, I'm not going to do it next year. So lovely. So I'm going to come up with like goals for the year. I think I need to do a planning video at some point, not ready yet. Goals for the year, so like I'll have the 3rd Pokemon to do, which I think it's got a few more stitches in it, but I think that 443 stitches works quite well, so I know I've got to pick it up and get it done. Sampler book should be finished, or at least nearly finished apart from the cover, so that's been like a monthly goal apart from the cover, which was on top. And then gift stitching on top of that. Someone in the family's got a big birthday, so we have a carp done next year, so we need to sort of spread that out a little bit. I did want to get going on one of the dimensions. There's a couple of other things I'd like to sort of really get a teeth into that I've barely had a start. Like I say, get the whip count down a little bit before the end of the year, which will help because I've got gift stitching to do. And then I'll have a new day, new year, new start, and I'll definitely have a start for my birthday. I've already decided what that is. Don't think it will change before then, but I could be wrong. Yeah. Oh, I wanted to do Singer Sampler as well. That's got 8 pieces. Yeah, I'm trying to sort of map out what I'd like to do, but also be conscious of the fact that I like to join in for Jolly July, March Madness. August isn't normally a very good stitchy month. So yeah, so I need to sort of like map it out and decide how I'm going to work that one. Somebody was talking about something they wanted to start, and I want to start it too. Is it you, Stitchy Sally? I need to comment on your video. Yes, whatever you're starting for your birthday. I was like, oh, I really like that. I've got that. I'm going to stitch that. So yeah, could be some more new starts before that. So yeah, goal to stay under 50 for the end of this year. But we shall see. And I'm really rambling. So I will say bye for now. Happy stitching. Bye.